Nav deck, we have umbilical away.
Roger that.
Nav deck, can I have Hercules pull a little bit forward, just to give us a little bit more of a tagline?
Roger, pulling forward.
Yep.
Nav deck, we have Atalanta away.
Roger that.
Yep. Go to dives level.
Hercules,
Yep.
dive.
Roger. I'm gonna turn on craft power. I'm gonna have his comms, so I think we'll give it a bump. Okay. Okay. Sure. It's always out of focus on the line. Oh, there we go. Hit the right button the first time. Who knew? Bullseye. Ooh, yeah. Well, I guess what? We'll go for 30. That's right, yeah, 369. Okay, we'll just give a little, I'll give a little bump on the wind shear.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to our dive.
Good evening.
Front row, would you be ready for a round of introductions?
I think we're close.
All right, I'll wait patiently.
Did you want to start the tension widget this time?
Sure.
Okay, everything looks sane.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to slow down a little bit. A bit of a delta on, but I think I'll keep trying to slow down. I don't want to do the winch anymore. We should be slowing down a little bit here.
Okay.
Only like 30% down.
Hey, what's up? They are on. Let me just check in with them a little bit here.
The cameras, yeah, they're on. We could do the...
Sometimes they, when they start up too fast, the, what's it called, don't grab. Yeah, at least...
Oh, the NDIs?
Whoa. Yeah,
Oh.
so lower cam was off and the NDI was off on upper. It's like, sometimes they don't...
That
Like if you turn them on and then you turn the bird dog, the NDI doesn't...
Yeah.
Yeah, the order needs to happen right.
Okay, roger. Good to know. What's our... What happens if I hit the non-labeled button? Does that go down? So
What's going on with this delta here?
oh, that's me needing to speed up.
Yeah.
Sorry, I went a little aggressive on the slowdown.
I'm slowing down.
No, I think we're good. I can totally catch up. I'm like
Okay.
fairly even. Overly aggressive.
Yeah, it's probably easier if I do if the winch does the changes because it takes so long for the speed of the vehicle to catch up with the Z-bias change. And then you just end up oscillating.
You okay if I hit this? I think this is the Dan special.
Yeah. And then we do a little adjustment here with video or...
What's our adjustment?
So I usually stick winch down to here.
Yeah.
And then it bubble up there.
This is good for the up and down part though, because we can keep it. Once we get down, let's make that change. But I kind of like seeing the big winch there.
That sounds very persuasive. I like it. Okay, your lights are coming back on.
Woohoo.
Okay, let me get... Okay, I'm going to speed the winch back up.
Okay.
It looks like you're going 26.
26.
So get to 26.
That's not too bad. Give it a couple wee ticks. Shooting for 30, but.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, just get yourself to 30 and then I'll do whatever adjustments.
How's the beacon matrix going on over there?
Oh my gosh.
I'm like, Because doesn't they all like reset all their settings or something? Ugh. Wow. Better you than me. Yep. Yeah.
How we doing, front row? Oh, you're not on SPL, though.
Oh, now I am.
Did you just change that?
No. Change what?
That one?
No.
I think you might have by accident. Let me see. I might be able to even.
Yeah, you're still on.
I mean, yeah, I guess I could have. Multi-viewer 2? Yeah.
Yeah.
I could have done it.
Still not on SPL.
I am on
Gabby's
SPL.
on
There you are.
SPL.
There you are.
Yeah.
There you are.
I stand corrected, Josh. I definitely did do that.
Did you? Okay.
Just
yeah,
not on
the
purpose.
timing was like as you were
It's
doing the
right
audio.
above
Yeah.
SPL for me.
Yep.
Just got too jabby.
I managed to fix it. Yay.
Good catch. I actually don't use the this switcher that much anymore because it's just too confusing. But I really like that one.
This
now
one?
that I've gotten a little bit spun up on it.
Yeah.
Johan's like a solid wizard on it.
I'm still trying to figure it all out.
You can only do the bottom 2 with it. You're not going to do anything to the top ones with it.
Okay.
Lynette, so once you pick your, Lynette, can you give him a little primer there? Yeah, you only get the first 2, slot 1 and slot 2. Or slot 1, head 1, and slot 1, head 2. It's PIP.
Yep.
And that'll give you, now you can pick each one and you can pick the source. And you can be very specific about it. But you only get the bottom 2. And you can fix anything you do by just going back to this salvo.
So it'd be good if I could read those numbers. 1, 2, 3. What is that number? 6? So if I wanted to change that to winch hold, that's going to change your deck to winch hold. Look at that.
Look at that. You get it.
Look at that.
Yeah, so you just get those first 2 icons, slot 1 and slot 2, or slot 1, head 1 and head 2.
When I go to layout.
Yeah,
okay.
you get those first 2. And if you want to adjust something else, so if I switch this to sample salvo, for instance, that should switch there.
Oh, I see. It's
just going to do whatever's up there. So it's not like we can do anything in the universe, but it does give us pretty good access to everything that's happening.
Go back to that one. This isn't a bad layout. I kind of like this layout.
It's not bad. I do find I don't want the winch so prominent during the dive, and I do
not during the dive, but just the up and down.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I think you're right about that. Yeah.
Sorry, Monica. We just got completely distracted with beneath the buttons up here.
Oh, are you gonna take me like 8 days to figure out buttons and this terrible...
I mean, it's been how many years and we're still figuring out these buttons?
Well, and all of them call to me, push me, push me. And you know what? That is just asking for trouble on this chip.
Some of them are really very satisfying buttons, which is kind of a problem.
Yeah, exactly. That was a good click, and then the whole ship gets
and there's
real quiet.
a whole bunch of different ones. Like I have 1, 2, 3, 4 totally different sets of buttons, each with their own joys.
Yeah,
and their own sorrows.
That's what I'm looking at. I think I'm just going to need some in my house just in the future. You know what, actually, I think if I get one of these switchers, I'll put it in my car and I'll write things like eject and, Windows and no bad music. And then when I have passengers, I can just toggle them. Alrighty. Maybe we could just, I'll start us off with an introduction and a heads up on what we're doing because folks are asking. So welcome. We are diving at Cascadia Basin. We are heading down to do some work before we get into some really detailed stuff. Our destination depth is 2,661 meters, give or take. And who have we got in the front row?
We have Josh Chernoff. I'm the RV operations manager for OET, sitting in the Hercules currently. And yeah, we are descending down to just about 2,660 meters deep, and we will be doing some prep work for a cable lay with a dual ship operations with a cable ship that's going to meet us tomorrow morning.
It is exciting stuff.
Lynette?
Gabby?
Okay.
Lynette? Anyone? Oh, Lynette looks very busy.
Okay. Oh, yeah, she's got her matrix
She's
of
in the matrix
beacons.
right now.
Oh my gosh. She's just seeing like trickling numbers. I'm Gabby and I'm sitting in the co-pilot seat. And I'm going to be doing all the same things as Josh, going down to 2,600 meters, and laying a cable.
Hey, someone's got to do it.
Yeah. Ashley?
I'm Ashley. I'm in the video seat for the ROV HD cam.
Thank you. And how about the back row? I'm going to mix things up. I'm going to start with myself. I am the lovely and talented Miss Monica Peltz, K-12 Education Coordinator with Ocean Networks Canada. And to my right is the lovely and talented...
Oh, me?
Yes, you, of course.
No, not me.
Absolutely.
Oh, Megan's here.
Megan's here. Yeah, I am Megan Paulson with Ocean Networks Canada, and I am sitting in the dive lead chair temporarily for the start of this dive.
And who we got at the end there?
I am Cassie. I am with Ocean Networks Canada. I'm sitting in the data logger seat today.
Wonderful, thanks so much. And I do see some notes in the chat that I just want to touch on because I can direct you to some great answers. So some folks asking if there's a virtual tour of the Nautilus and how long it takes to find our way around the ship. I can comfortably say I still have no idea how to get around the ship. But I can also say...
And that's not virtual.
No, that is me wandering aimlessly. Luckily, there are rails and big signs that say, do not enter. Those are very helpful for me.
Yeah, we find her wandering all the time.
Yeah,
Makes
I found her
sense
in the
to
laundry
wander.
room the other day. She had no idea where she was.
Yeah, there's lots to watch in the laundry room. Around. Yep. Yes. And as for a tour, there is a virtual tour on nautiluslive.org. Go check that out. Luckily, they filmed it before I got on board, so you will not find me trapped anywhere. You'll get a nice view of the ship.
You could have watched that before you boarded, Monica.
I did, unfortunately.
You know, I watched it. I didn't find it super helpful. Like, it felt really different getting on the ship. It felt like I didn't even know that they were the same thing.
Interesting.
Yes.
I think there might be a blooper of me in that tour where I like poke my head out and realize what's going on and run back inside.
Run away, run away.
Yeah, there are actually a number of great resources on the nautiluslive.org website that you can check out. And there's a great question here. Is there a don't press button? Thank goodness there is not, because I would be pressing it. There are buttons we are not allowed to press, but it is not labeled don't press.
I think
We
they
have
just...
a button called button. There
You have a button, yeah.
Yeah, we have a button, and then in the studio, I believe there is a kill all button.
There is. Yeah, I took a picture of it.
Somebody got rid of the panic button on here, though. We might need that on this dive.
I gave my boss a no button for Christmas. You hit it, and what does it say? No.
No.
Is that you telling them no, or them telling
Unfortunately,
you no?
it is them telling me no, but it does in 10 different ways.
Oh, I thought you were going to say 10 different languages.
I thought it was going to say that, too.
Nope, 10
Yeah.
different ways. And you know what? There are nice ways and there are not so nice ways. And sometimes I get a collection of both.
Radio.
So when your boss presses the button, do they get a choice of which of the 10 options, or is it
No.
random?
Nope, it just says no.
I think you need to find one with 10 different languages.
Okay,
I think that'd be fun.
that would be good. And we had a great question, actually. How come we're not seeing any fish right now? And part of it is that we are driving a Hummer on a safari. It's loud. It's got lots of lights on it. And so many of the fish kind of give us a wide berth. And another part of it is where we are, there's not a lot of shelter, so they're not going to hang out in the blue water. It's very vulnerable for them. But you will see that there are lots of jellies and larvaceans, which are jelly-like, going by. We also see lots of little crunchies and squishies, for lack of a better term.
Monica, you use the same taxonomy that I do.
Crunchy and squishy?
Yeah, that's my taxonomy.
Yeah.
I honestly thought I invented it.
You know what? You may have. We did sail together years ago, and
Yeah. Okay.
I
It's
take
that
what I
sticky.
like. Yeah, I take what I like.
Yeah.
I'm going to make a ticket to add that button set to C-Tube for our annotations.
I love it.
Crunchy or squishy? Actually, the first time I heard that, Gabby, I was helping with a plankton survey, and we were looking for copepods, crunchies,
Yeah.
And all we found were doliolids, which are
Squishy.
very squishy.
Disappointing.
Yes.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah. Some folks are having a look at the quad view and they're asking, are we in the sub or on the boat? Hercules is not a submarine. It's a remotely operated vehicle, so we are on the boat. But that's actually a huge benefit to us because I need to spend a few hours being lost on the ship. I need a couple
Yeah,
snacks.
we can have all the snacks and naps we want.
Exactly, and Hercules is perfectly happy to stay down, which is actually going to be really helpful in the next coming days, that it can be down and we don't have to dive back and forth. We can stay down there and get our work done.
And it was a beautiful day today, lots of vitamin D.
Sure.
Here's a great question for the front row. Has anyone ever done an oops and dropped something in the mud or broken bits off the ROV? And I happen to know that you've done some fairly interesting recoveries. What is the most interesting recovery you've had?
What's the most interesting oopsie like that I've dropped and like had to try and fish out and pick up again?
Well, or I was thinking just the other day we found that glove.
Oh, the glove.
Yeah, and the radio. So maybe you could tell us a little bit about that?
I was sort of like periphery to all that, but I believe there was a glove, a high voltage glove that accidentally got loose on the deck and went over the side. It ended up landing right next to where we were working, so we picked it up and brought it back.
No, it actually launched on the previous dive.
Oh,
and then we dove there again and found it.
Found it, okay. Yeah.
And that would have been like a couple thousand meters deep, right?
Oh yeah, it was over 2,000
yeah,
meters.
It's super unlikely.
We found a hat once that got loose from the ship. We brought it back.
Lindsay's hat.
There's a bit of a story around that.
Yeah. So yeah, things get dropped, things get recovered.
But it's not uncommon to, like, when you're working with the arm, to drop things and you got to fish it out again. It's challenging work to work with the arms and the manipulators.
We also had a radio recovered, and that one was kind of a neat story because that was actually dropped off of another ship called the Thompson, and we knew that it had come from the Thompson because they helpfully labeled it on the back. And so when we recovered it and brought it up, it said Thompson. It did not work anymore, but it was a neat find, and they'd been in the area about 2 years prior, so that's how long it took us to recover it.
Oh wow, I like that.
Yeah, well, it wasn't.
I didn't know the 2 year gap.
Yeah, well, like us, they knew their location and they had their logbooks, and they're like, yep, went over the side about here, or we were last in the area about here.
Okay. Is very low on resources. You get it some more resources. Huh, okay. Okay.
Could it be the 6 trillion beacons? And you haven't run low on resources.
Like the computer doesn't have enough jam or something? That would be weird. Okay. Those guys are full of resources.
So resourceful.
Megan, maybe I can toss this question over to you. Some folks are wondering how long our mission should last, and is this going to be more engineering centered, or are we going to be looking at biology, or both? Tell us a little bit more about the dive.
So for this dive, we're not sure exactly how long it's going to last, but we're budgeting for somewhere around 36 hours. So it's going to be a long one. And the objectives of this dive are very engineering focused. So we're going to, the main objective is to lay a new cable from our node, which is kind of like the hub of the Cascadia location, to one of our instrument platforms. And this is a replacement cable. There's a cable there right now, but it is failing. So we're laying a new cable so that we don't interrupt any of our data collection. So, yeah.
Excellent.
Very engineering focused.
Very good, but that's what allows us to have a look at the biology when we're not here.
Sure does.
Sure does.
Sure does.
Is Yuko finally on board with that?
Yuka's on board.
Yeah.
Okay, how did it go? How was the reveal?
I think she's pretty mad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, was
Huh.
she?
Yeah, just because
She's mad at herself.
Oh, okay.
Well, I don't know. She could be mad at Nico. That would be acceptable.
There's probably a bit of that too. The deadpan delivery.
Yeah, it was brutal.
Yeah.
It was a really devastating delivery.
Yep. In case you're wondering, we like to keep each other entertained with riddles and jokes and all that kind of stuff. And some of the riddles are more challenging than others. Front row. Has Herc ever suffered major damage on a dive?
Define major.
We got all kinds of ways to wiggle out of that question.
I don't like what I would think of as major. Not really. No.
Yeah, you guys are very careful with Herc and do a lot to make sure he's safe.
I mean, we've broken just about everything on it, but just maybe one bit at a time.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah,
there you
Herc
go.
gets well taken care of. Lots of work between dives. Lots of maintenance in between our sailing seasons. You know, we try and upgrade components on it as much as we can. So it gets lots of care and attention, along with Atalanta, and sometimes Argus.
Awesome. Since we're looking at all this blue water, well, there's some lovely what-if questions that I'll throw at you. Where would your ROV dream dive be? And the listener has suggested Europa, Marianas Trench. So I'm thinking like far out worlds or very remote places are completely on the table.
Europa would be kind of far.
Oh, the Enceladus? Can you get like sub-ice? That would be rad.
Oh yeah, wow.
Enceladus would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
With the like ice geysers and stuff. I would love, like closer to home, I would love to see like lava spreading subsea. I would love to dive near an active volcano. I think that would be so rad. It's
I'm on board,
doable.
Gabby.
It would be so cool. I've heard of it happening. I want in.
Yeah, 100%. I'm there.
Great. We'll organize the next expedition.
Fantastic.
I'll sign up.
Yep, I'm in.
Great. Dream team.
Yeah. We do dive in some like dream locations though. Like hydrothermal vents are just about as cool and as otherworldly a location as you could possibly imagine. It's basically like being on another planet.
Yeah, two of my favorites. I mean, one of them's here. Endeavor is one of my favorites, and the other one's not too far away. Axial is Axial Seamounts, one of my faves. It's a pretty cool site, pretty cool spot.
Yeah, I'd have to say for me the otherworldly definitely Enceladus, maybe Titan. Titan's pretty good too. It's up there with Enceladus and having, you know, lots of potential in terms of, you know, local, let's say, to the solar system. I would want to dive on some of the seamounts that we have off the coast of BC.
Oh yeah, some of those dives that Fisheries and Oceans Canada does are absolutely incredible on the seamounts.
Wonderful places.
Yeah, pretty neat places.
Yep. Maybe if I approach every request to go with like Enceladus and Titan, they'll be like, look, would you settle for a seamount? I'd be like, absolutely.
Aim for the stars, Monica.
Ask for a puppy when you want a hamster. Great question here, whether or not an octopus has ever grabbed the ROV. And don't know if an octopus ever has, but there is a fabulous video on the Ocean Networks Canada YouTube called Squid Attack, where a squid grabbed us.
I've been on a dive with an octopus grab.
Oh, can you tell us more?
Just kind of got in the cameras, or latched onto the camera for a bit, but he was okay.
Awesome. And the camera too?
Yes.
Thank you.
Wasn't there an interesting dive at our Folger Deep location with an octopus last year? I seem to recall there was some sort of like a highlight of the octopus fighting for the connector with the ROV.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that
yeah,
did
that's right,
happen.
yeah.
Was that at Folger Deep?
I feel like it was Folger Deep.
I don't know. I feel like Folger Deep, the visibility is so bad.
It wasn't great visibility.
Okay, that checks.
Yeah, so may I politely suggest that folks who are interested in that head on over to our YouTube, or you can also head on over to SeaTube, which is the Ocean Networks Canada Data Archive, where you can see all that video. You can search octopus in the annotations and possibly see a grumpy one. Also got some folks asking where the best spot to find squid is. My first answer is the ocean. My second answer is that we have seen several of them as we have been diving in the early morning. I don't know if they like to come to the surface at night to feed, but we've seen quite a few in the early morning. Are fisheries and oceans streaming their dives? Great question. Coming up, they will be streaming some of their dives. And again, that is in partnership with Ocean Networks Canada, and so you can find that on our website. That's a great place to see what kind of partnerships we're doing and what kind of live data is available. Josh or Gabby, what is the depth of that Hercules can go to? And could he go to the Marianas Trench?
Herc is a 4,000 meter rated ROV, so it could go to the Marianas Trench, it just wouldn't get near the bottom.
Touché. Good answer.
It probably won't even get halfway. I think we're going to be diving actually in that area though, quite possibly in 2025, or 2025, possibly 2026. Stay tuned, and we may be in that vicinity. But yeah, Herc is 4,000 meter rated. Atalanta can go to 6,000, and then we have actually this smaller inspection ROV, which can actually take some different kind of skids on it, called Little Hercules, and it can go to 6,000 meters. So we have a few different tools in our tool basket, depending on what the requirements are.
Thank you very much. So it sounds like if our listeners are interested, they can always go to nautiluslive.org, check out all the other oceanographic work and dives that is happening, and also oceannetworks.ca. Check out those resources. Highly recommend following both organizations on socials, because that's where all the good intel goes first. Gabby, there's a great question here. Folks have noticed that it looks like Herc is hooked up to something when he's on deck. What are those for?
Herc's hooked up to a few things on deck. When Herc's on deck, we don't use the same source of hydraulic power as we do when Herc's in the water. When Herc's in the water, it runs on its own onboard hydraulic motor and pump. When Herc is on deck, we run it on an auxiliary, like an external hydraulic pump, and that provides the hydraulic pressure to run all the functions. So it's hooked up to those tubes. It's like having an external heart, like being on bypass in a hospital or something like that.
That was considerably more profound than I thought you might say.
Okay, yeah. So it's that. So
that's super cool.
Yeah. So if you think of like Herc's like onboard hydraulics as its own heart, then you've got an external heart to beat for it, because the internal one gets really hot. So we don't want to use that one on deck. And then the other thing it's hooked up to is we also don't use, it's external source of its normal source of power. We just plug it. Basically, we plug it into a wall socket to run it on deck for its electrical power. So it's plugged in to both a circulatory system and, like, I don't know, I guess like a neurological system when it's on the deck.
Very cool. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great question in here about any good souvenirs, anything you can find on the bottom that you keep. Generally speaking, no. Things that are recovered are shared among the science community, so they're either given to researchers to work on or share information. One that comes to mind relatively recently is they recovered a megalodon tooth, a fossilized megalodon tooth. And so that's making its rounds in the scientific community to study and better understand how that fossil got there, what it meant for megalodon, all that kind of stuff. And for much of the equipment that Ocean Networks Canada recovers, we clean it off and either redeploy it once it's in tip-top shape, or we use whatever scavengeable parts are available from it. And this is one of the ways that we reduce our need for new things and reduce our budget and carbon footprint, is by kind of wash it off, tighten the bolts, send it back down.
We recovered an instrument earlier today at Barkley Hydrates that came up, an imaging sonar, and one of the engineers on board, Doug, he said, "Oh, I built this setup when I was a co-op student in 2016.
Oh, cool.
And it's still kicking.
Yeah, what a legacy that's had.
I had a similar incident when we were subsea at Endeavour, looking at where Tempo Mini sits. And next to that was a camera that had sat there for quite a long time, but whatever the materials that were used, it had sat there and done a lot of great things for a lot of years, but I guess whatever the materials that the supports for the camera were made of were kind of disintegrated, and it's a pretty darn harsh environment there. So, and I was piloting with John Zand, and we kind of bumped into it, and the whole thing just crumbled and fell over, and then he just sat there very quiet. He's a very quiet kind of guy. And he said, I designed and built that. We had a good laugh. But, yeah. And then we brought the camera back, but yeah, the rest of it's, I think, still probably not even there anymore.
Yeah, that hydrothermal vent system is pretty wicked.
Yeah.
Steve described it as a great big chemistry experiment going on at all times.
I remember we had a hydrophone down there a couple years ago that the hydrophone was still working, but kind of weirdly. And when we arrived to look at it, the frame it had been mounted on had disintegrated and disappeared. The hydrophone was still attached to its cable and laying on the sea floor, but the frame it was in was like it never existed.
Huh? There's a great question here. What would happen if the cord that attaches Hercules becomes disconnected in the water? Is there some way to still communicate with it? I believe the answer to that is no, and that's a big problem. But is there a way to communicate with Hercules on his own?
Yeah, there actually is.
Oh, see, the things I believe are sometimes really outlandish.
Well, we have these transponders, which actually we're carrying like a pretty wild amount of with us right now. I think we have 5 total on Hercules at the moment. But these are battery operated, so if you do actually lose power to the vehicles, we can interrogate them from a transceiver on the ship, and that beacon will respond, and so we can actually still have a position on the vehicles even when they lose power.
Thank you.
Am I leaving?
We've got emails.
Emails. All right, I am going to run away, and Trevor Shepard is going to sit down in my place. Bye.
It's a question here whether or not the ROVs are buoyant so that if they lose power that they'll float to the surface. And just barely neutrally buoyant. So yes, they would eventually float to the surface, but they wouldn't, it would take quite a while, and that's, make sure that there's not too much pressure on the engines and things like that. But yeah, give it enough time, they might show back up. So just answering some more questions as we dive through this lovely blue water. So how many people are on the ship? So right now we have approximately 50 people on the ship. Now there's 17 or so that keep the ship running and being a ship, really. So that's the captain, the first mate, the cook, the stewards, all the oilers, and everybody who keeps the ship shape. And then the rest of the seats are filled by science personnel, engineers, folks like me who get to talk to you the whole time. And so overall, it is about 50 people who are on board. Some folks wondering what kind of bubbles and things are going past on the screen. And unfortunately, my ID skills are not so sharp. So we've got all sorts of different things. We've got little shrimps, we've got little creatures, we've got jellyfish, we've got marine snow.
What is that?
There goes that is a cenophore.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, those are kind of cool.
Squishies and crunchies.
Squishies and crunchies, that's a good one. And I think I said a cenophore. I believe that is actually a flag communication language, and it is a siphonophore. Yes. Sometimes I just make up my own words.
You're just testing us, seeing if we're on our game.
Absolutely. Yeah, siphonophore is what I meant. And what's the largest animal we've ever encountered in a dive? Myself, personally, not very much, but there is, again, a fabulous video on nautiluslive.org where a sperm whale came and had a look at the crew that was diving. And so that is sperm whale encounter with Herc. Fabulous video. Highly recommend you check it out if that's something that you're interested in. And some folks asking, well, how do we identify things that we do see? And we're using a number of resources, both of which are available to viewers as well. One is iNaturalist. So iNaturalist is a great website where if you can identify a creature, you can upload a photo, and it can be truthed by other users, and so we've been using that. And we've also been using the Marine Life Field Guide to help identify different creatures as they come up and go past. So, number of resources. We also have some on-ship experts who are really good at what they do, and those are the great ways that we identify what we see. Trevor, welcome aboard.
Thanks, I just took a small boat out here, and I'm happy to join the Nautilus.
Yeah, a little rough coming over?
Yeah, a little rough, a little far.
Excellent.
A little far, like 200K offshore.
Yeah. Well, it was a real small boat.
Really
Be a
small.
long trip in a small boat.
Oh,
Yeah, especially when you got to row.
Oh,
Boy.
Trevor's just forearms. Just tiny little legs dangling. Yeah. Here's a question for you.
What's up?
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I thought
Give her
that's what you were
gas.
doing before. Or you just restarted the software? Oh, yeah. Do the full, for a memory problem like that, absolutely restart. Yeah,
What are you,
I'm
what
with
are you
you.
seeing? Authentication phase 1. Neat.
It's running out of, like, the software thinks that it's running out of resources.
Neat. Oh, good. Yeah, it needs to. Good. Yeah, kill it. That's fine. Yeah, I think she'll go.
Anyone feeling seasick these days?
No, not after 2 days ago. I think I'm good.
Yeah, most of us have got our sea legs under us, which is great.
And the weather is great right now. Perfect for cable laying.
Optoad cover? Okay. Neat. Oh, yeah. What is it?
Monica, do you know how big this swells got a couple days ago?
Totally.
So the number I am using is that some of them were about
Can
3
you
meters.
minimize that for a sec, please? I'm going to look there and get confused. My brain
yeah,
can't
so
handle it. Thanks.
Pretty big.
Yeah, totally. Sorry. Go ahead, back row.
Oh no, science first. Science first. Some great questions about do we get to pick which watch we are on. I got to give a suggestion of which watch I would like, but for the most part it's kind of distributing resources where they need to be. There's a question here, folks. Maybe you guys know the answer. Someone's wondering if giant isopods are occasionally, how do they stay alive if they're brought back to the surface? Have you ever brought back anything like a giant isopod?
I have not.
I haven't either, but I've seen pictures.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think being a giant isopod is just a whole nother scene.
Yeah, I think you're pretty hardy as a creature.
That's my professional opinion.
Yeah.
If I was a giant isopod, I think I'd be able to stay alive.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just the way I feel.
You know what? I believe in you, Gabby. I believe as an
Thanks.
isopod you would succeed.
You would thrive.
Yeah.
You're a survivor.
So, don't know how the isopods survive. I would assume that they're just very tolerant. So again, just like animals on land, the more adaptable and tolerant you are to changes in environments, the more likely you are to do well when changed.
Okay.
Happy? Yeah.
Yeah, but you're still only going 20, so.
You're only going 20.
No, I'm not. I'm going 17.
Yeah, you're right.
You're going 20.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
I'll slow down the horizontal, speed up the verts once we get the
Yeah, sounds great.
locational back.
I'm going 20 now too.
Roger
Ish.
that.
Sorry, little ops in there. Go for it.
Just pepper it in.
Hey, no need to apologize. We like hearing the ops. Yep. I guess our conversation is firing a lot of questions because they're just rolling right in. Some of the ones that we have experienced really bad weather on the ship. And again, I'm not a seasoned mariner, but I am looking very pointedly at our seasoned mariner in a moment. But we had some weather the first couple of days, and we actually had to deke out of the weather. We ended up going about 150 nautical miles off the coast to
There was a
avoid
deke
it.
in there. You're going to have to explain that word to the Americans.
Oh, pardon me. Pardon me. My Canadian is showing. That is when you get out of the way. So that is when we are in some location, and then you deke, you move out of the way quickly so that you are remaining out of harm's way, or perhaps no longer standing in front of the Fruit Loops the guy behind you wants to buy. It's very important Canadianism.
Very, very educational. Thank you, Monica.
Yes. Megan, can you tell us about some of the weather you may or may not have experienced?
Oh, in my life.
Well, at sea specifically. Just to narrow the field a little.
I was at my house one day and it was raining. It was a great snowstorm. Probably the worst weather I've been in is in the North Atlantic off the coast of Newfoundland. And it was pretty spicy, where you would look out and the bow of the ship was just crashing down and just kind of being engulfed with water. And you couldn't sit upright. It was a good ab workout. Trying to sit.
I believe that.
Yeah. I do like referring to the weather as spicy.
Yeah, well, it was spicy.
Oh, it was spicy. Yeah. What's the weirdest weather you've seen at sea?
Weirdest weather. I've seen a water spout.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Water
That's
spouts are
cool.
cool.
I've seen water spouts too.
That's what I'm
They're
talking
a
about.
bit freaky, but very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like seeing a water spout and seeing a grizzly bear has the same rules. Lots of space between us,
Beautiful from a distance.
right?
Monica, that picture that you showed me today of the grizzly bear leaning on the railing in Kitimat was hilarious. Just leaning on a railing like it was a human, like a tourist.
Nice.
Yeah. Actually, that's a great thing to mention, is that some of our Ocean Networks Canada team is currently up in Kitimat working with the community up there. And yeah, they sent a picture of this grizzly bear just enjoying the view.
Loafing. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was amazing.
Yeah.
Nice.
Just standing on its hind legs.
I'm sped up
one
again.
arm. What's that?
I'm sped up again.
Okay. One arm leaning on a railing, like enjoying the view. It was ridiculous. It's so comical.
I would say, Monica, the other interesting, maybe not weather, but sea conditions was when there's icebergs around.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And particularly I was working on the JOIDES resolution with the ocean drilling program, recovering sediment core off of Antarctica. We had someone on board who was tracking icebergs. That was their whole job. And because we're kind of attached to the seafloor, we're not very maneuverable.
Right.
And the iceberg tracker, at one point said, "Oh, we should probably move." So we got, unattached from the seafloor and moved out of the way, and the iceberg passed directly over where we were working.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a common misconception about working in the ice, and like that sort of ice weather thing is like that if you have an icebreaker, you can break ice.
No, these icebergs are
And
massive.
Ice
Yeah.
will still win every time.
Yeah.
Ice will break you. Ice makes the rules.
Yeah, there's a lot of power there.
Well, let me tell you, if we see ice on this one, socials will be all over it. So everyone will know that we saw ice.
If we saw ice on this one, we would be publishing that pretty quickly, I would
Yeah.
guess.
That would be
Definitely.
confusing, yeah.
I'd be
Definitely.
confused, yeah.
Although at our last site, there was at Barkley Hydrates, and there's naturally forming hydrates there, which kind of looks like ice.
Yeah, hydrates are pretty wild. Can you tell us a little bit more about the hydrates?
Sure. So hydrates form under very specific temperature and pressure conditions, and it's when gas is trapped in this sort of crystalline matrix with water, and it has the ability to really compact the gas and store quite a lot of gas. So this is a natural phenomenon on the seafloor, and when either the pressure or the temperature changes, the hydrate becomes unstable, and some of the gas can be released into the water column. So
It's probably better.
we see it even sometimes when the tide changes. So when there's less water pressure holding down, so hydrostatic head holding down the hydrates, some of them release.
That is fascinating.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Cool. Yeah, it's ice you can light on fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's pictures of people holding.
It's not
the methane's on fire.
really ice. It's a crystalline matrix.
Pardon me. It's a great question here about how do you get onto the Nautilus? Can you be a fan, a scientist, a student, a professional? And my answer is that there are so many ways to get on the Nautilus, you know, all of them being appropriate channels. But what I mean is we have all sorts of different folks. We have got communication specialists. We've got data specialists. There's ROV pilots, navigators. There's the crew, like cooks in the kitchen. I know that Nautilus has an internship program that allows folks to, early career professionals, to try their skills. And so there are many opportunities to come on board, but like all things, you just take a bit of elbow grease. You gotta apply and look for the right ones. But if mouth mumble, if you think that's something that might interest you, highly encourage you to check out the nautiluslive.org website and socials. And of course, the other way is working for the lovely Ocean Networks Canada. We've got some really talented engineers, data stewards, all that kind of stuff here on this expedition. They do amazing work, and yeah, they do all sorts of stuff. And so there's lots of opportunities for folks to become part of the Nautilus alumni.
Oh, I like that, alumni.
Mm-hmm.
Are you still alumni if you keep coming back?
Maybe it's like when you get an email and it says re, you're an alumni.
There you go.
Yeah. And someone's asking about typical education, and again, there is no typical education because we have so many diverse folks on board, and there's many ways that you can share your skills, and Nautilus is doing so many exciting adventures, and sometimes they need different folks for different things. So again, highly recommend just keep an eye on that webpage, watch those socials. All right, we're changing gears, but I really want to know the answer to this question. So far, what's everyone's favorite thing from the galley bean?
Oh, it's been so good.
Oh, we couldn't hear you, Gab.
Vegetarian curry.
Yeah?
It was so good. Yeah. And the curry has almost always got meat in it, and this time it was vegetarian. It was just like
Oh, tonight it was?
No, this was a few lunches ago.
Okay, yeah.
And he says that tomorrow there'll be vegetarian curry.
I missed that white curry the other day. That was a good one.
Yeah.
I heard really good things about it.
Yeah.
Nav, you got a favorite?
I'd have to think about it.
That's fair.
Think about it.
How about video? You had anything real tasty?
Probably all the birthday cake we've been having, but
oh my gosh, there's been a birthday every day.
Also amazing.
Yes, we have had a large number of cakes.
Yeah, today was our third, wasn't it?
Yeah, our third birthday. Yep.
Those roast potatoes were good. Oh, the roast cauliflower has been really good.
Oh, really good.
Really good, yeah. I always go for that.
The mashed potatoes today were pretty good.
Oh.
Ooh, I've yet to meet a mashed potato I didn't like. Yeah, exactly.
I like thinking about mashed potatoes as countable, as in like, I'm going to have 2 mashed potatoes out of this vat of mashed potatoes. How many did you have? Oh, I had 3.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like you can also use that the other way. How many mashed potatoes do you have? 1.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's 1 gallon.
Just a half.
Yes, exactly. I think my favorite part so far is the, hello, feed me now. Oh, thank you. Here's my dish. And so, yeah, that's pretty sweet.
It's kind of a problem for those of us. I guess I shouldn't speak for anyone else, but I have a problem because like I work at sea a lot, which means that when I get home, I get confused that there isn't just like food appearing 3 times a day. And like, it means that I eat pretty terribly at home because I'm like, don't plan or go to the grocery store or think about it in advance in any way because I just assume it's going to be there. So like if we're working on a house project, like we work our butts off all day and then like we go inside and we're like, oh, we have not thought about how we're going to feed ourselves after this long day. We're too tired to go to the grocery store. We're too tired to cook. Okay. This is a constant problem for me. Yeah, a lot of Annie's mac and cheese, I would say, at home.
I find my stomach is turned into a meal clock out here too. It's very dialed in.
4:45 doesn't matter. 4:57.
Yeah,
okay,
it's on.
ravenous,
Well, it makes you like it makes you understand like what the dog's got going on, right? Like,
yeah, that's a good point.
I'm always hungry out here. Like I never don't feel like eating.
Well, you guys could have all joined mine and Nico's No Sweets Challenge.
Never.
How's it going?
This is solid.
What's the no sweets challenge? Go on.
So Nico and I, when we go to sea together, we have a no sweets challenge where we don't eat sweets. There's really nothing on the line except for me being able to butt my pants at the end.
Yeah,
wait, do Sour Patch Kids count?
I was going to say, what do you do about seasickness?
Count.
No,
yeah,
wait, that has to be an exception because of seasickness.
No, gravel.
Oh, okay.
That's not sweet.
Oh, gravel's allowed, yeah.
Gravel's allowed, but gravel makes you sleepy. Or maybe gravel makes me sleepy.
SPKs are off the table. Sorry.
Alas.
Megan, I got a Costco card this year, so my quota for cults is full. I cannot join any others.
I don't know. We got one recruit out here who joined our No Sweets challenge.
Who's that? Who joined?
The lovely Anna.
I was gonna say I don't know if I should reveal it.
Oh,
too late.
Yeah.
As you can tell, I'd make a great spy.
Wait, there's a no sweets challenge?
Yeah, you want to join?
Megan, I'm listening in. I was bummed you didn't mention me, but thanks for the shout out.
No, I was trying to save your anonymity, but Monica.
I got you, fam.
Monica let the cat out of the bag here.
No, say it loud and proud. I'm on the No Sweets challenge.
Come on with it.
Now, what does that
more cake for the rest of us.
Yeah.
What does that look like exactly? Does that include things like Sour Patch Kids?
So SPKs are out apparently,
yeah,
even though they're medicinal. Even medicinal
it's
SPKs.
For,
literally,
that's
it's brutal.
for seasickness.
Yeah, it's.
And my teeth don't enjoy it.
No, my teeth don't, but my stomach does.
Yeah.
Well, we have a process where if there's something that's in question, we have to consult.
All right.
It has to go to the
consult.
I don't know.
Go
I
to
feel
the
like
panel.
I feel like that granola that Nico's been eating is pretty sweet.
Yeah, granola is pretty sweet.
Megan, you didn't see that, did
what
you?
about fruit?
No, I approved the granola, but I didn't test. I didn't really inspect it.
You approved it without inspection.
There's been a report that Nico had a ginger candy. How do we feel about that?
That was that was
very medicinal. Just
that was
like Sour Patch
pre-approved.
Kids.
That was pre-approved.
Oh,
They
interesting.
don't have a lot of sugar in them.
Yeah. Okay. No, he checked though. He did.
Okay.
Yeah, it was legit.
I mean,
although I love that you're all tattletaling on
We're doing an audit of your No Sweets challenge.
We're keeping you all honest.
No, you gotta be ruthless. You gotta be ruthless.
how long has this been going on?
Oh, we do it every cruise, pretty much.
Okay.
So we got a note here, someone saying, no sweets, not even the sundae ice cream. And I got to tell you, She
That was
stoic.
not easy.
She was stoic. She did it, and luckily, folks like me helped to step in and get rid of the temptation. I got you.
Oh,
Yeah,
and I had no idea. I didn't even think of that. I sat there eating my ice cream right in front of you.
I noticed. I noticed, Cassie.
Yeah.
I'll be more cognizant
So
next
I'm
time
already-
and enjoy my ice cream out of eye shot of you.
Well, and I must respectfully say good night, good evening. I'm off, and so you're getting the lovely Brandon, who has even got some sweets with him.
Sweet.
I'm giving it away. I'm giving it away. Good night, everyone. Thank you for listening.
See you, Monica.
Thanks, Monica.
Thank you. Innovator.
Folks are really interested in the medicinal properties of
Sour Patch Kids are medicinal. Yeah. Look at that. That's alien right there.
Oh, that was cool. Looked like a blown up virus or something.
I thought it looked like the face sucker. We're doing handover here, and that's why there's not a lot of chatter going on, because a lot of people are changing over.
What do you think, 80% on the thruster comp?
74. Yeah. Yeah, I got what you meant. Look at me. Context. Because percent comps instead of pressure, yeah. The bit. Yeah, so hey.
Yeah, so hey.
Oh look, it's you.
Oh, is this the first time we've done this?
Uh-oh. And it's blue water? We gotta get down there, guys.
Go, 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 go.
It's not good.
Are we really going to 2659?
Well, if you want.
That's what I expect, I guess.
Yeah, it's expected depth.
We can't go much further.
No.
Yeah, auger in. Do we bring the dredge?
I'm just here to make crinkling sounds. I'm not doing anything.
Can you get it right next to the microphone?
Yeah,
would
sure.
you? Yeah, it's the viewers.
Oh,
don't
I
get
actually heard
experience
that in
Yeah, I
my
heard that
was
too.
weird.
Yeah. Is that Fruit Loops? Oh yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not on the No Sweets challenge.
Ingredients: sugar, and then the other ones.
So I didn't get an answer. Fruit, like the fruit
Oh yeah.
in the morning. Is that
Pineapple
allowed?
or watermelon and stuff like that.
That'd be allowed,
I can't
right?
hear you very well, Amber, and I also can't turn you up.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'll talk better.
You say talk better? I'll talk better. That's very funny. The question was, for those that didn't hear, do fruits count towards the No Sweets challenge?
Like actual fruit?
Yeah, like a
chunks of
pineapple.
watermelon or pineapple.
That does not count.
No,
That's okay?
I shared a
that is
mango
approved.
the other day.
Now,
Yeah.
what about fruit?
it
And a
was
pomegranate.
Is fiber
that mango was
necessary?
ridiculous, and I ate some of it, and I could feel the sugar like
Oh yeah, I know the mango
pulsing
you're-
through
of
my
which you speak.
veins.
It's
it
brutal.
was so good.
Yeah, so fruit juices, is that fair game?
No.
So the fiber is the sugar. The fiber is the non-sweet,
It's a whole fruit,
right? But
not.
but the juice isn't. The juice is the whole fruit minus the fiber.
You mean like? Yeah, no juice.
But
Not
not
even like the orange press? What about that?
Ooh.
She could eat the pulp only.
How about dried mango? Dried mango, is that okay?
Well,
That dried mango is pretty insane.
Yuko had dried mango like covered in chocolate. That is not okay.
That is not okay.
That's
Okay.
not on the list.
But
What
we
if
have
you-
this dried mango that's like got sugar on it and
No,
stuff.
Okay, you take dried mango with sugar, you wipe the sugar off, you pour mango juice all over it, and then it's fair game. Rehydrate
You
it.
rehydrate the mango?
Was that the outtake cover?
I think
Yeah.
that counts.
Yes, it is. Good catch, Rennie.
Nice.
Yeah. Just doing my sweeps.
Yeah.
What does Josh call it? The laps? He calls them laps.
Yeah.
I'm also very impressed at how friendly all of you guys are, despite having no sugar for a week. Like, I would have turned into just an absolutely insufferable monster by now.
Hey, we're semi-professionals at this.
I think they all start at a higher level of kindness. This is making really, really brutal right
This
now.
is me being
I can barely be in
mean.
a room with her. Holy.
I'm on a no caffeine this cruise.
Oh,
Wow.
You are?
I
Why?
am, yeah.
Wait,
Gassy,
who's doing that
no.
on a
Now
cruise?
that's crazy.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
I've been,
Sugar's one thing.
Don't try
but
this at home.
I've been napping.
Or on a cruise.
There have been many naps.
I don't do caffeine.
Wow.
Yeah, but it's not a. It's
That's
not
my
a.
baseline.
That's not like
It's your
going
baseline.
off
Yeah, yeah, you
caffeine
can
on a
give it
cruise.
up. Yeah,
Oh.
do that.
Yeah.
Have you been having headaches?
Yeah.
No.
So you weren't
Wow.
addicted in the first place.
I
then.
feel like
No,
people have been
I
don't have
giving
a
us a
problem
hard
with
time.
Like
all
a
of you.
month ago, so I think I
Yeah.
got over the worst of it before getting here.
Wow.
That's way more hardcore.
That's so hard. I once
By
went
like
a full
1,000.
month, and I literally dreamt every single night of coffee. Every night.
What if
Since
Did
when?
not stop.
So when you stopped coffee?
Yeah, I stopped for a month, and then like literally every night.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, I stopped for a month
Visceral
before. and-
dreams of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I would smell it in my dreams, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
used
like
to
it when
work
I have to quit caffeine. I drink decaf.
Yeah.
I used to work at a coffee shop, and when I stopped working there and I didn't have like basically a steady IV drip of caffeine all the time, that was a hard stop.
Brutal, yeah.
My head hurts because I haven't had coffee since lunch.
Yeah, exactly. If I gave up coffee on this cruise, they would never find your bodies. It just,
Actually, when things get dropped off the ship, we do tend to find them again.
yeah, the next cruise out.
All right, if we run out of coffee on this ship, I'm
Yeah,
gonna find
yeah.
myself a hidey hole.
Yeah, suspect number one.
Well, Rennie, how do you like us all casually discussing our addictions and how they run our life? And you being there over there, just all gleefully not affected.
Hi,
Here's my Fruit Loops.
Just driving Fruit Loops down the hatch like
It's you
somehow
guys
better
who
than
are
us.
wrong, not me.
Are those caffeine infused Fruit Loops?
Oh no, they're the black cap ones.
Yeah, that's where we are. We're in the
Yeah, we're there.
doodly. Totally do.
Starting to do I wasn't on, so you just said doodly for no reason. Starting to do a doodly.
Yeah, you got me. Fair and square.
We kind of
You said
been
doodly? I thought you were-
doodly. Just on our own.
I'm just doodling.
Yeah. It's just kind of been how it is.
Yeah, look at these wraps. Why are you so suspicious of them?
Yeah, why are you narrowing your eyes at our wraps?
That's the correct number. I narrowed my eyes at them too, to be fair.
To be fair.
To be fair, I got that reference. I'm with you.
It's automatic at this point. Like, how could you not?
Alphabet Kenneth or something? I don't know. Anyway. Yeah, well, here we go. Why am I looking
Rennie's
this
got
way
his
now?
Fruit Loops.
Why do they spell fruit wrong?
Because it's not real fruit. They can't legally spell it like fruit.
But are they legally loops?
Yes, they're legally loops. Look at them.
Okay. Yeah, I guess. That's a full circle.
Legally loops.
Full
That's the
circle.
off-brand.
Generic.
Rennie,
Just
I thought
like
you were
ew,
switching
groats.
to... Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Ew,
Switching
groats.
to groats.
My favorite buckwheat breakfast food. Ew, groats.
Ew, gross. I still think there's a marketing opportunity with groat milk.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, like you could make goat milk cheese.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm with you.
Yeah. It's a real shame that I haven't experienced it yet.
I guess it would kind of have a nutty flavor.
Yeah?
A bit. Like buckwheat.
Probably,
It has a
yeah.
little more.
Yeah, it would be delicious. I feel like despite your best intentions, Trev, we haven't come around.
I've come around.
Like in a full loop.
No, not a full loop.
Not a legal loop.
Not a legal loop, no. Not even fruity. It's just none of the above. I've got down here, though. I was over here. I was yonder.
I saw that, yeah.
Yonder westward.
Are you still trying your little trick? Because our delta's the opposite direction.
Yeah, I'm going full beans. Look at this, 33 point something.
Okay.
Yeah. Going ahead, falling behind. Going ahead, falling behind.
If it makes you happy, it can't be that bad.
Yeah. Oh no.
Is my camera on? There should be a little red light that lets me know.
Yeah, that'd be better.
Everyone could see me eating Fruit Loops.
I turned it off, don't worry.
Thanks. It's better for everyone.
The Rennie Chew cam isn't everyone's requesting.
These are actually cameras too.
Yeah, this thing right here.
This
camera.
thing in front of your mouth is a camera.
Camera.
That's what this circle is too.
Rennie Chew cam.
These loops are cameras.
I don't know, you could get a sponsorship from Fruit Loops. You could be a real influencer.
I really feel like they usually just send us a cease and desist.
Yeah, that tends to be how it is with that other group.
We don't want to be associated with this.
I think it's only happened once, right?
Yeah.
Maybe
Twice.
Twice.
Twice?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Whipple.
Oh, things we can't.
Can't mention.
Yeah,
Can't mention.
Tails I wish I could hear, but
Offline.
Legally.
But we have come full circle.
A loop. Yeah.
2290.
13 minutes till bottom.
Rad.
And
13
no
minutes.
beams.
Better get Dirk up here.
oh, I can make it go faster.
No.
Okay, you're right. I should slow down.
No.
Dive Chief said.
No.
No, just maintain.
Maintain.
Okay.
Nico finally noticed that I keep calling them bean bags.
Beam?
Bean bags?
Instead of bead bags.
Like a beam or bean?
Either way, it's all the same word.
Beam.
You can't tell which one I'm saying.
Look at how floppy that is. I don't want that. I don't want that in life.
Full speed ahead.
I'm doing it.
Okay.
I'm doing partially, somewhat full speed ahead. Whee!
Where are the beams? Beans.
Doctor has 0 beans.
More beans.
Or beads. Where's the Atalanta?
Right behind the ship, actually, for once.
Oh yeah, look at that. How'd you do that?
I've been doing this a long time, Trevor.
Yeah, like
for like 2 hours.
I remember launch like it was today. But seriously, where the heck is... I see one of the vehicles with the other vehicle.
Yeah.
Oh, there's the other vehicle with the other vehicle.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah,
you can
good.
tell because of the lights.
Right. I thought that was the other lights. Yeah, okay. Let's run the sample tray.
Or like your the dust cap mounting. It's very cute.
Yeah, that worked, eh?
I mean, we haven't gotten it off yet, so we don't know that.
Well, I didn't care about that. I just wanted it to stay down there. It's hose clamped on. Oh, you wanted to use it on this dive? I'm sorry, I missed that memo.
The whole vehicle's a parking position.
You gotta land that on the
Yeah.
on the
board.
Yeah.
Spoiler.
And then you just gotta stay down there.
Yeah.
How do you think we're going this fast?
I don't know. How are we going this fast?
We got a spoiler on the starboard side.
And I am ladderling to port, so yeah, you know.
Gotcha. That kind of spoiler. Got it. Giving us some downforce.
Yeah. Which we're
literally
descending.
downforce. Yeah.
Yeah. That works. Whoop. Whoop. Yep. This joystick sure wants to go to port.
Oh yeah. Actually, when we were going in, we were seeing the lats kept. We might need a recal on that, actually, because the on the Fruit Loops, no, on the joy box.
Yeah, it needs a recal. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Did you notice any other functions besides lats? Okay. It's got fake lat syndrome.
Rennie suckered me earlier. What did he get me to say? Just loop or something? I don't know.
Oh, that's what I've done wrong. That's not what I wanted.
That length is huge.
Yeah.
Or short or something.
Oh no, I did it right.
Nice. Proud of you.
I read the wrong thing. That's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's ideal.
That's what you want. Where are we going first? The piezo meter?
Probably to the IP just to check things out, yeah?
Yes.
IP?
There.
Raj. Cool.
But it is 2,600 meters, so maybe not right there. Somewhere near.
Yeah, roger. 9 minutes till bottom.
Copy.
Copy paste.
Control Z.
That's what we're doing right now with the winch. Controlling Z.
Wow, that took me a long time.
I think I missed it, but I think I was better than I should have ignored.
It was really good. I wish I had gotten it right then.
What was the setup? Set me up again. Bring me back.
You copy, paste. She said Control Z. I said that's what you're doing with the winch.
Oh, yeah, okay. That's, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, that is good. That's on it.
That's what I'm here for.
Our word association is annoying at best.
Yes, but that's what I came to this front row for, to hear that stuff.
Also to get paid, I guess.
I'm here for the stress.
It's good for you.
So the optode's just sitting there, huh?
Well, just the cap.
The optode's still doing optode things. It's the cap that's fluttering around.
Let's find out.
Yeah.
I think maybe when we stop going down, it'll...
Yeah, I don't think we'll see much of it on the bottom.
Yeah,
we do have a bunch of up and down in this dive.
Do we?
Well, up to 125, down to up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, just a little bit, but a bunch.
Whoops, that's
more
not
than
what I
the
want.
usual.
This, what do I want? What am I doing? This button, here we go.
Trev.
Yeah. I am not. I'm right where I want to be. 6 minutes, 44 seconds, 36 milliseconds till bottom.
I won't believe it till I see beams.
Yeah, beamless. This is a great Herc spot. What you talking about, Willis?
Who's he?
Still waiting.
What's up?
Oh yeah, waiting for the sensor.
Yeah.
What sensor?
Up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, the sensor's name is Godot. We've been waiting a really long time. Godot never shows up. We've been waiting like 12 years.
I don't know what Godot is. So
It's just
I thought that is
am I
that the
not cultured enough?
that's the DT winch
yeah.
control thing.
Yeah.
Is Godot something I would get if I were more cultured?
I think it depends on what you read in grade school.
Wait a minute.
Do you want me to wait
No.
for a minute?
Continue.
Okay, a quick minute. 4 minutes till bottom. 4 quick minutes till bottom. It has been 1 minute since it was 6 minutes till bottom. I expect it will change again.
Ah. That's not helpful.
No, don't do that. What is a piezometer? That's a general question for anybody that chooses to guess, not necessarily someone that knows. So fly at her.
I mean, piezoelectrics are, you add pressure and get electricity, right? So, not quite sure what.
Yeah.
These piezometers are, they're on like kind of a long rod, and you stick them into the sediment, and they can measure the pressure of the fluid in the sediment.
In the sediment, okay.
Yeah, so like the pore pressure of the fluid in the actual sediment. So
cool.
you stick this long rod with sensors on the bottom into the sediment, and it'll measure kind of however deep you're able to stick it in.
But is it a constant dynamic measurement? Is it measuring pressure over time?
Yeah. Yep.
3 beams.
I see beams.
Although
Seeing beams.
this one is currently unplugged.
91 meters up bottom.
Okay. Where do you want me to stop, Trev?
20 is fine.
Okay.
How different is fluid pressure in sediment versus pressure of the water right above it? Oh, they're talking about plans. Never mind. They gotta go do their planning thing.
We gotta do our business soon too.
Yeah. Bottom protocols.
This is my first on bottom for the cruise.
Nav, can you tell me again where you're headed first?
I think to the IP, which we'll have to locate. It's going to be closer to Atalanta than where Hercules is now, so we'll keep the ship stay put, and we'll have Hercules drive under Atalanta.
Keep it stay put.
Keep it stay put.
So are you thinking it's near the junction box mark?
This is the best idea we have of where it is.
Okay.
JB IP equivalent?
I believe.
Node not equivalent, I think. Is that right?
Node is different from a...
Node is different from an IP, but also different from a JB because a JB is an IP?
Yeah. JB is on an IP.
Roger.
Roger. What's that called?
What's what called?
Where you... Yeah, I should be more specific.
Yeah.
where you use a subset of an object to describe the entire object.
Metonymy, synecdoche.
Metonymy. The metonymous junction box. Not autonomous, just metonymous. For clarity.
30 meters off the deck.
Hope we're farther than that by now.
My altitude reads at 35.
Button again.
I really miss the sub-bottom.
Yeah, me too.
Me too. I keep asking for it.
And what happens?
Nothing.
Yeah, okay. Stick lock, bias, unbiased opinion, auto heading.
Okay, I'm gonna switch you to DVL.
DVL. Bottom in sight.
Bottom in sight.
I'm still heading down with Atalanta.
Ooh, it's a hill.
Okay.
Okay, I'll stop with Atalanta.
I'll stop.
I gotta back
20 meters up. Changing because there's a hill.
Can we tilt
Roger.
Atalanta camera?
Yes, we can.
Thank you.
So you're going to pass right under me. I'm going to throw autos on here.
Okay.
Autos are on, so you can take tension off.
Why is Atalanta on the right side there?
I don't know.
That's wrong.
I think it should be backwards too.
Yeah.
I'll put it in the log.
Raj.
It's been discussed at length.
Oh, I know, but I'm still going to put it in there because maybe more discussion will help.
Some people don't like it not
Don't.
there.
They would. I'm saying like just.
That's yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Anything in the sonar? Nothing. I saw that one instrument. I should have probably stopped there. I didn't.
That's probably the cork there.
Okay.
And Herc.
Yeah, roger that.
Mezzo.
30 meters out, so I want to go more to starboard. Starboard. Let's see, what's 29? Give me.
There's the cable right there.
Cable kind of buried. There's something. What's this something?
There's a circle.
Oh yeah, circular. There's a big thing.
Someone's
There's
laughing.
the cork.
Why is your, you got big drops there.
Oh, I'm just giving
Oh,
it.
the lounge,
Oh, okay.
okay.
Let it recover. For a
Yeah,
sec, just check
that
it
looks like the cork.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm going to follow that over to the right.
Is that an octopus? Yeah, sitting right in that thing.
Might need a ship move if that's the cork. Let's find out.
Cables.
Cables.
Cables. Okay, so those squiggly cables, I mean, we'll find out more, but it's like there's probably going to be a monument nearby here.
I'm not seeing much out of this thing.
Yeah, that one's being weird.
It's,
It's also 10 meters. So
Okay.
There's
Is it
the IP.
tilted down by any chance?
yeah, there's the IP.
IP, are you going
Yes.
to reach or do you need me to move?
I think, what are the grid spacing?
Currently 10.
10. Wow. Maybe.
So...
There's your monuments.
Well, what are we going to do? Do we need to go to the far side? What's your plan here, Dirk?
Okay, first step for the dive plan is we're going to go and do our CTD calibration next to that CTD.
Roger that. Yeah.
So is that 2
let's get it.
Niskins?
That is parked next to there for 2
get a
minutes
ship move,
with
yeah.
your CTD roughly the same altitude, and then, yeah.
Okay, is there anything else? What else are we doing after
Do you
that?
want to do white
Just-
balance?
After
Yeah,
that,
like
we're going to
Oh
just
yeah, let's get a...
have a look around
you wanna-
quickly, but
Amber, you
then
wanna
start
do
with our
white balance?
beacon work.
Okay.
And
Which is
Okay,
all
let me know
towards
when
the
you're ready,
south.
Trev.
I'm ready.
we're not going to come back up north here.
The beacon will be on the junction box then. Is that right?
Sorry, no. The beacons are both going to be far south of here.
Oh, we're not placing a beacon here.
Not on the IP, no. They'll be about. Give me a second. They'll be about 40 meters south-ish.
40 meters, Roger.
And also there'll be a beacon kind of towards the southwest as well.
Okay, so I'm just trying to position Atalanta to make all that happen. How about I put Atalanta here?
Yeah, great.
Great. So
are we
30 meters, 075.
HD? Okay.
Bridge.
Are you
nav.
Extended or retracted?
Probably extended. I haven't touched
Okay.
it, so
Okay.
I'm wherever I was handed over.
Hi Flavio, can we step 30 meters bearing 075? Thank you.
Okay, ready for me?
I'm ready.
Yeah, go give her.
And would you mind, Science, giving us a quick little rundown of what we're doing now that we've reached the bottom, so viewers know objectives for the day?
All right.
I'm going to do black first and go dark.
First here, we're just doing a quick white balance
TVL
of
reset
the camera so that
Roger.
the camera's got the right white balance for the rest of the dive. We're going to start it off with just doing a quick benchmark on our CTD that's been deployed here for at least a year. And that's kind of just a check on the data, and that's for conductivity, temperature, and pressure. It also has this oxygen sensor on board, so our we'll hover next to the CTD with the CTD that's located on the ROV. That's going to allow us to confirm those first 3 parameters, and then we'll take Niskin samples, which are essentially water samples, right at the instrument as well. And when we eventually recover the ROV, we'll, in the lab here on Nautilus, we'll, I guess, set the oxygen by reacting it with some chemicals, and then you can take that and measure the oxygen content later based on the known water sample size. And that will tell us whether our sensors are drifting slowly or whether they're still, within spec. That's step number 1. But the main purpose of this dive is to prepare for a cable lay, which will happen tomorrow. So our main cable that heads from the node over to this IP is compromised in the sense that one of the cans had a failure, so we don't know how long it's going to last. So this is kind of a preventative cable lay.
Okay.
And what we're doing during the dive is placing beacons for targets when the cable ship arrives. That will let them know where the infrastructure is on the bottom as they work with their own winches and lowering the mud mats, which are essentially the ends of the cable, both here and at the node. So we're essentially just doing a lot of prep for the next 10 hours or so till the mud mat, or till the cable ship arrives at around 6 in the morning.
Will we be staying down here the whole time, do you think? Or
yeah, so this is going to be a long dive. We're anticipating it to be about 36 hours, maybe. Could be a little shorter, could be a little longer, we don't know. But based on historical dives where we did similar things, it's going to be about 36 hours.
So Dirk, what's this other monument, the right monument? What's it doing?
That's a different CTD monument from Ocean Network's past expeditions. Yeah, it's got a different mounting bracket on it. So at some point we switched mounting brackets over to a new style that was a little more secure.
Okay.
And that's just a relic. We haven't had a chance to recover it yet.
The old relic, eh?
It's like, should be in a museum.
Yeah, look at it. Classic.
Now, if we get a chance, can we get a position for this?
For what? The CTD?
Yes, please.
Okay, I'll wait till we're right up on it.
Thanks.
What's the tallest thing in this area?
Tallest thing in this area? The cork, yeah, I guess.
And how tall is the cork?
We saw it. A couple meters, a few meters.
Yeah,
I saw the edge. I wasn't sure if there was a doinker in the middle or something.
I don't think it's particularly tall, Trevor. But we're also not going to be going over there anymore. And it's towards the, kind of the east or west, eh?
I think Atalanta is right on top of it right now.
Oh, really? Yeah,
I don't know that. I just
unsure how tall it is.
Yeah.
Ish, yeah.
Beyond that, you're looking at kind of the height that you're seeing in front of you right now, maybe 2 meters.
Cool.
2 and a bit.
Remind everybody that Ship moves at this depth take a while to translate to Atalanta.
Nice, thank you.
Especially small ones.
Yeah.
I made a note on the dive plan here to check out that cork funnel at the end of this dive. Pretty sure there's an octopus sitting in there.
Nice.
So you want me to sit kind of next to the CTD, similar depth for 2 minutes?
Yeah, kind of close by, similar depth.
We're still working our way over there, but...
Yeah, I understand. And when you're ready, let me know. I'll start a timer. We'll record when we officially start this benchmark, and then go from there.
Thank you.
John? Where'd he go? Yeah.
And if you're thinking, why is that float there?
Yeah.
It was probably a previous dive with Herc or some other ROV that wasn't able to lift the CTD monument far enough away from the platform, and probably was too heavy. So we add the flotation so that an ROV can move the monument to the right spot.
Roger that.
I remember those days.
And then you're kind of, after the fact, kind of think, oh, how are we going to get this float back? So you can't.
Dirk, is this close enough, or do you want me to nuzzle in a bit more?
As long as your Niskins are in the same area, yeah, general, you're within a few, that's fine. I think we could probably start the timer there.
Okay, let me do one final setup here. I'll be with you and ready in 30 seconds.
Yeah, no, sure. Looks like the current is coming from dead ahead-ish.
1.2.
If you can call this current.
Currently can.
All right, just give me the start.
Yeah, I'm gonna come up a little bit. Ah, that's actually fine. Yeah, go for it, sure. Why not?
All right, starting. So it's funny, Steve was looking at the data for the CTD, and he said, when we did the previous one, and he said we were flying perfectly at the same altitude till we got to the CTD, and then we were doing a sinusoidal.
Yeah, because when you're in auto depth, it starts to hunt.
That was funny.
And I was flying out of it.
Whoa, I'm getting pulled up all of a
He's
sudden.
like, oh, the pilots were doing such an amazing job.
Auto XY, no auto depth. Are you just Z-biased?
Okay.
Your auto depth is off.
Yeah, I know. Okay, do not start the timer, or unstart.
Unstart the diver, or the timer.
What happened there?
Reset.
At all?
That is 36 seconds.
I was biased exactly right, plus minus a couple, and then it just went away.
Okay.
Neat.
So we're resetting this?
We're going to reset.
Yeah, that was not a real one. That was a practice run.
That was a practice.
That was weird. Never seen that before.
Yeah, normally that happens when you have the auto set.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So Trevor, the key is we want the CTD of the ROV to be similar altitude to that CTD.
Yeah, understood.
Okay.
I started at 1.3 and went to 1.5, and that was fine. But then I just like left.
Your auto depth. Oh, okay. Never mind.
Yeah, Herc is impatient.
Yeah, no kidding.
Come on, Herc.
Okay. Start the timer again.
Okay, commencing benchmark sequence in 5. No.
Just for sense of scale, how large is that orange float in front of us?
I would say you could probably compare that to a pillow, like a pillow. Well, a lot of things are those shape. Is that shape?
Lets me dial it in.
I think it's diameter of a basketball, basically.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And maybe
but I'm not doing a great job.
twice as tall.
It just like has momentum. I don't understand what's happening. Why am I going down now? Like,
uh-oh.
I don't know, Dirk. I'm not sure what's happening.
Don't worry, you're going back up.
Yeah, because I turned off my verts entirely. It's weird, it like runs away.
Luckily, it's not lasting these tests aren't lasting very long, so we can easily just restart.
Yeah. I don't know, was that okay, that little deviation there, or do you want to start again?
Well, no, this is fine. They'll match the pressure up, so they'll know when you're off.
Yeah, okay.
You can see the
And you
larval
can
traps.
pull the Niskins when you're ready. This is kind of a nice depth for it, Trevor. So whenever we're ready.
During this sampling or later?
Yeah, right now. It's all good. You can do it during the sampling.
Go for it, Cap. Yeah,
Can you let me know which bottles?
Yep. You can use the Zeus, move it around if you want. I'm just watching this camera right now.
Are you doing 2 Niskins?
2 Niskins, yeah.
Roger. Just need to... Just for reference, we have the larval traps aft of us.
Raj.
I might put a temporary pin there.
Oh, that's good. And we'll try not to fly over top of them. We're going to collect them at the end of this dive.
Roger.
Hey, Steve. Sorry. Welcome. I know. Yeah. Well, yeah. How long's this one been down here since last year, right? It has to have been. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good indicator. Huh? The reference, that's probably after a year.